We're up 50 or 60 points earlier in the day, and now we're down 60 points. Technically, that's a relatively, not very negative sign, number one. Number two, we had some negative comments on Fox today by the president of the Philadelphia Federal Reserve, that basically he said on air that he thought that this third round of quantitative easing on the part of the Fed was going to have little or no impact on the U.S. economy. But I think perhaps even a bigger headline event today was the news out of Caterpillar when they basically lowered their guidance going forward. And if you remember that earlier this week, last week we had the same negative message from Norfolk and Southern, and prior to that we had the same negative message from FedEx, and prior to that Intel and DuPont and so forth and so on. For whatever reasons, the market has chosen to ignore these very, very important, I think, messages that we're getting from very large, high-profile U.S. companies that are very economic sensitive companies, and it does not bode well for corporate profits going forward. And with all the other issues that are out there, the fact that the market hangs in as well as it does is in a way pretty amazing. So I would say that you can probably, at least as we speak, make a much better case for the negative side of the equation at the moment than you can for the positive. Perhaps it's a good time basically to cut down one's exposure and wait and see how the dust settles. And of course, let us not forget that we have a U.S. election less than 60 days away, the outcome of which we still do not know, and the fiscal cliff that this country is facing, which will be dramatically influenced by that election. Bottom line is, we have a lot of knowns and unknowns, none of which add up to a terribly positive scenario. Perhaps the one bright light is the improving housing market, which clearly is a big component of the U.S. economy, but it also can be a little bit too much in a positive sense, a little bit too late.